Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I am audible to all of you. Please acknowledge me in the
Yes,
chat box. Yeah,
yes, sir, you are audible.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for confirmation. Very warm welcome to all the esteemed guests, faculty members, and participants joining us today for the National Faculty Development Program on data analytics using Power BI and Tableau. It is a pleasure and an honor to host this program in collaboration with three prestigious institutions. First, Parul University in Vadodara, Gujarat. Basically, we have been collaborated with faculty of IT and CS of Parul University. The second institution is Atria Institute of Technology from Bangalore, Karnataka. And third is from Amity University, basically Amity Pune from Maharashtra. We are very delighted to announce that this FDP, rather national FDP, has been meticulously organized under the able leadership of our esteemed conveners from these three higher education institutes. First, Dr. Priya Swaminarayan ma'am. She is a convener and co-coordinator from Parul University, uh, uh, Professor Sonali Karade ma'am. After that, Professor Archana Mota ma'am from Atria Institute of Technology and Dr. Swati John ma'am from Amity, Pune. Uh, Wonderful. Actually, they have all, worked tirelessly to bring together expert and participants for this enriching learning experience. Data analytics has emerged as a critical skill in today's digital age, and through this program, we aim to equip our faculty members with the knowledge and tools necessary to excel in this field. The collaboration between our three institutions underscores our commitment to fostering excellence in education as well as research. Over the next few days, we have an exciting lineup of sessions and hands-on training led by our industry expert. We have industry expert, that is subject matter expert today, uh, Mr. Let me Mr. Tata Subramaniam with us. He is data analytics trainer, area director at District 98. I mean, he has a huge experience as a data analytics training and uh, in different projects. So yes, so over the next few days, we will be with him and participants will have opportunity to delve into the intricacies of Power BI and Tableau, gaining valuable insights and practical skills that they can apply in their teaching and research endeavors. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the organizers, right from XLR and our director of institutional association and products, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, our institutional associations associate director, Mr. Amit Saha, all the organizers, my everyday learning team, and the trainer who have contributed their time and expertise to make this program possible. Your dedication and passion for education are truly commendable. To all the participants, I encourage you to make the most of this opportunity, engage with the sessions, ask questions, and network with your peers. Remember, learning is continuous journey, and this FTP is just the beginning. Once again, a warm welcome to each and everyone who joined in here, and I wish you all the fruitful and enriching experience at this National Faculty Development Program on data analytics using Power BI and Tableau. Before coming to the guest, I mean faculty coordinators and conveners from these three institutions, before coming to those, I would like to present something in front of you. Like I will brief you about XLR, our journey, and what we have achieved so far with the help of our esteemed higher education institute across Pan India. So let me allow to share my screen. So while other faculty members are joining in, we have almost crossed 600 now. Before we will be reaching to 1000, I would request all the faculty members, those who are getting technical glitch to get into the Zoom, they are requested to switch to YouTube Live. We are also live on YouTube. So please make a note of this. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So yes, let me brief you about XLR. So XLR is basically training and consulting company founded in 2014 by alumni of IIT, IIM, and ISB. Our headquarters is in USA, and we are also present in UK and Malaysia. We have a very strong footprint in India. We are operating from 6 to 7 locations in India, and across, I mean, throughout this journey, we have religiously and continuously delivered a training program under this everyday learning initiatives, where 4 lakh plus students and professionals are trained, and they are under training. So on your screen, you can see that this collaboration, this MOU collaboration, I mean, non-commercial MOU collaboration is not only beneficial for as an individual, like student or faculties, but also for the institutions to showcase this type of active MOUs for getting credits from NAC and NBA. So they can also showcase this MOU as an achievement. And here actually both, I mean, XLR and higher education institutes, while collaborating, we are trying to fill the gap between industry campus and college campus, basically. So where we are coming up with almost uh, all training programs, like every trending technology training programs, which is industry specific. So this is we are doing religiously. So basically, four objectives for of this everyday learning. First is bridging the gap between industry campus and college campus, guiding the students through our SDPs and orientation sessions or webinars. Third is empowering faculties with the trending technologies while organizing, I mean, by organizing this national faculty development programs on trending technologies. And last is elevating placement. So we have just initiated actually in the month of Jan, we have initiated one sub vertical called Skill Up for Final Years, which is very helpful for engineering final year students to crack their placements actually, crack their interviews. So we are, I mean, that training is basically on campus recruitment training. So we have started this journey, and a lot of students of engineering final year students of our MOU signed colleges, they are getting benefited. Near about 50,000 plus students has already registered to that particular program. This is some, the brief stat of of our journey of this. I mean, since 1.5 years, we are consistently delivering training through SDPs, FDPs, and SOS. So there are 30,000 plus engineering faculties are already associated with XLR, and they are consistently attending our faculty development programs on generative AI, chat GPT, artificial intelligence, prompt engineering, data analytics. So total 30 plus domains are there, which we are delivering under this EDL initiatives, where 500 plus webinars we have conducted so far for our MOU signed college students. As I said, 4 lakh 10,000 students are already, using our LMS. We have a very beautiful LMS, that is learning management system, and 5,000 plus placement partners, so that with the help of these placement partners, we are assisting students in our skill up for final years, 1,200 plus academic partners. So, with the help of you as a higher education institute, we have been collaborated with 1,200 plus higher education academic institutes throughout Pan India, and it is still counting. So these are the locations. As I said, that's from 6 to 7 locations in India we are physically operating. From Mumbai, 2 locations, Andheri and Thane. From Hyderabad, we are operating from Cyber Towers. From Pune, we are operating from Baner and Viman Nagar. From Bangalore, we are operating now. Bangalore is basically our headquarter. Now we have 2 offices in Bangalore city, and recently we are operating from Chennai as well. So these are the some of the domains I have mentioned on the screen, where we are very much confident and specialized, like business analytics, artificial intelligence, generative AI, full stack development, digital marketing, software testing using Selenium, covering manual testing as well, AWS, Azure, GCP, DevOps, advanced Excel, Tableau, Power BI. These visualization techniques, soft skills and interview skills under our skill up for final year engineering students. So as I said, under this everyday learning, we are consistently delivering free SDP, FDP, and SOS sessions to our MOU signed college students and faculties as well. So this is on your screen. This is the complete bundle I'm showing you. We are offering to each and every higher education institute, college, where they can, they can get benefit for free. So live online interactive sessions, industry experts, through industry experts, lifetime LMS access to each and everybody, so that they can attend live sessions through that LMS. They can watch the previous recording. They can mark their attendance and feedback from the LMS itself. They can download the assignments and study material from the LMS. And of course, after having a 60% of attendance, they will be getting certificate from XLR for free. So I would request all the faculties who join in here, please reach out to XLR for such a type of non-commercial, absolutely non-commercial MOU collaboration, so that your college or institution faculties as well as students can also get benefit of these training programs. So please feel free to reach out to us at edl@xlr.com, or a given phone number. You can reach out. Saloni, I would like to request you, please post my email ID along with EDL email ID and phone number, so that faculties can feel free to reach out for such type of non-commercial MOU collaboration with XLR. Thank you for your patience and thank you for listening to me. Now I would like to call our first guest for this faculty development program, Dr. Rajesh S., Honorable Principal, Atria Institute of Technology.
Very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, XLR team, for giving the opportunity to host this. And thank you, Ifan and Hamish. So it's a great honor to be part of that. Okay, so from last 1 year, we are benefiting a lot. Our faculty as well as students are getting benefited. One of the finest platform to learn and also interact. Definitely, it will take the students into the next level. So coming to my institutions, Hatri Institute of Technology, established in 2000, currently 23 years of excellence in technical management educations, and also we have universities added to this. And we have A++ NAC accredited, NBA accredited, and running the UG programs, of course, MCA and MBA. And currently we have around 120 students with various domain expertise, and faculties with a diversified knowledge. And in the coming academic year, we're going for autonomous, and we want to introduce some of the course which you offering as a part of the curriculum in autonomous, so that the student inbuilt along with the curriculum they can learn, practice, and expertise in this. So once again, from a Hatria's side, congratulations to you, because you are doing wonderful job, and also thank you so much be part of this program. Thank you, Fran and Amish.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Rajesh sir, and thank you for your kind words. Now, I would like to request Dr. Priya Swaminarayan, ma'am, the Dean and Principal, Faculty of IT and CS, Parul University.
Yeah, very good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to share that the Parul University has signed MOU with the XLR. And under that MOU, the XLR has planned this online National Faculty Development Program on data analytics using Power BI and Tableau in collaborations with the Parul University, Atria University, and MIT Pune. So I'm very much thankful to XLR for organizing this national FDP. And as the Irfan sir has said, total 1,000 plus faculty members they have registered in this online national FDP. So before we start our FDP, I would like to I would like to give a brief introductions about Parul University. It's a multidisciplinary destination of learning and innovation, boosting quality in higher education with a record of being India's youngest private university to receive NAC A++ accreditations in the first cycle. And the Parul University is situated at Vadodara, Gujarat, and the university is unifications of 21 faculties and 38 plus institutions that offer a plethora of diploma, undergraduate, postgraduate, doctoral, and postdoctoral programs in the numerous disciplines. Through its unique structured, industry-linked, and field-aligned program, the university holds a noteworthy record of fulfilling the infinite dreams of students by launching their lubricative careers towards the high trajectories through the startups, incubations, and impeccable placement records. University is having 150 plus acre eco-friendly campus, and it's a home for almost 55,000 plus students from every state of India and over 3,500 international students from 68 plus countries, which makes the Parul University a truly culturally global destination. In addition to its NAC A++ accreditations, the university also holds the global memberships, such as associations of Commonwealth Health Universities. The university's stamps of quality extend to its DISR recognitions for the quality research, NABL accreditation for quality in clinical medical research, NABH accreditations for the quality healthcare, and ARIA top 50 ranking for the innovations achievement nation-worthy. In recognitions of Parul University's excellence in education, it has been awarded for being the best private university in Western India by Praxis Media, and the best university in placement by Ashoshap, and the most outstanding university in West Zone for having the highest nationalities in campus at the World Education Summit Awards. So on behalf of Parul University, I welcome you all in the National Faculty Development Program, and I hope that this FTP proves the fruitful for every participant, enabling them to enhance their skills in the field of data analytics using Power BI and Tableau, which is currently the one of the most booming fields. So thank you so much to the XLR team for organizing this FDP, and thank you very much for all the participants. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Priya Swaminarayan, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Actually, it sounds great, actually. So, Dr. Priya, ma'am, is a Dean, Faculty of IT and CS, Director, MCA Department, Parul Institute of Engineering and Technology, MCA, BCA Department as well. And she's having 21 years of teaching experience and 11 years of research and administrative experience. She has completed her PhD in field of semantic web in 2012, and under her guidance, 5 research scholars have completed their PhD, and currently 6 research scholars are pursuing their PhD under her supervision. She has also published 50 plus research papers in reputed and peer-reviewed national and international journals. Thank you, Dr. Priya. Now I would like to call, along with her from Parul University itself, we have with us Professor Sonali Karade ma'am. She is also, I mean, recently she joined Parul University, and she did, I mean, she took a lot of efforts for organizing this FDP program. So I am very grateful of her. Thank you, Sonali ma'am, for joining us today. Now I would like to request Dr. Swati John ma'am, second in command with Amity, Pune. So let me brief you about Dr. Swati John ma'am. So Swati John ma'am is currently working as a second in command with Amity Global Business School, Pune. She has demonstrated history of working in the higher education industry, especially in the field of management education. And she is skilled trainer and mentor, and had been a part of various faculty development programs on skill enhancement, entrepreneurships, corporate dealing, to mention few. So she is expert in teaching human resource management, uh, organizational behavior, and allied subjects. Uh, she has, she is an academic professional with a PhD in management from Amity University, Uttar Pradesh. So, welcome, ma'am, for this National Faculty Development Program.
Thank you.
I would like to request you, please guide our today's faculty members who join in here for their further sessions.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that nice introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Swati John from MIT Pune. And I am sure most of you are aware of this name, MIT. It's a very old brand. And the flagship institute or university is from MIT University, Uttar Pradesh, which is at Greater Noida. And then MIT has expanded its, presence in various states. So we have more than 11 universities in India, and we also have campuses abroad. We also send our students for study abroad program to these campuses. They have that opportunity to do that. And that is why, there are various type of courses which are provided by MIT. You just name the course and it is available with MIT, whether it is traditional course or recent required course. You name the accreditation and approval requires for any university. It is there with MIT University, Uttar Pradesh. And the MIT Pune is associated with AUUP University. And the number of students are more than 250,000 who have already graduated in various fields from MIT University. So it's a pleasure to be part of this kind of FDP, where recent elements are being focused by XLR, and they have their experts from industry who are conducting this and ensuring the knowledge superpower and is being happening. So I wish all the very best to all the participants, and thank you to the organizers for this amazing and knowledgeable and value addition FDP for the one who are present today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Swati John ma'am. Now I would like to request Amar for our LMS KT, that is knowledge transfer. He will walk you through the entire LMS, how you can get benefit for your further sessions, how you can log into that LMS, and how you can use to attend the live sessions. So before coming to this, I would like to introduce our today's trainer, subject matter expert, Mr. Tata Subramaniam, who is a data analyst, and he's working with XLR as a data analytics trainer since last 9 months, and he has also worked with Bharat Next as a product analyst, Finovate Capital as a product analyst, then Reculta as a city manager, AGI as a strategy and consulting manager, uh, and in various academia like UGAIN Education as a research intern. So overall, he has very good hands-on experience on these tools like Power BI and Tableau, covering some certifications like product management, building a product roadmap, people analytics is something new, and Excel, advanced Excel, covering macros and VBA for beginners, uh, and customer journeys. So, welcome, Mr. Tata Subramaniam.
Hi, Irfan. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I would like to request Amar, please proceed with the LMS knowledge transfer.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you so much. So, good afternoon, dear participants. I know that all of you are already done with your registration, but to get the LMS access, registration is important. So, I will share the registration. Sorry. I hope my voice is loud and clear to all of you. Can I have your confirmation in the chat box?
Yes, Amar, you are loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you. So, dear professors, to get the LMS access, registration is important. So I shared the registration link once again in the chat box or the Zoom and YouTube as well. So you can do a registration. After that, you will receive an LMS access. So those who are registered till today morning, we already assigned them LMS access. So let me share my screen and I will walk through about the LMS, how to do a sign in, how to access the recordings and materials. So LMS is known as a learning management system and it's XLR online portal. And by using the LMS, we are providing the recordings of the sessions, the material, the assignment, assessment, and attendance as well. Now, after done with your registration, we assign you the LMS access. So at that time, you receive two email from the XLR team. So first email is welcome to XLR and verify your account. So here we mention verification link. If you click on that link, it will take you to the next page. Here you have to mention the password. So whatever password you want, you can type it here and same password, type it here and confirm your password and set my password. So this is the first step. Once you're done with this process, just open the second email. Second email is a course invitation mail. So course invitation mail for NFDP on data analytics using Power BI and Tableau. So in this mail, we mention our LMS URL. Our LMS URL is onlinelearning.xlr.com. So once you click on this URL, it will take you to the sign-in page. So as you are already done with your registration, no need to go for registration again. Simply click on sign in and here provide your credentials. So it's my humble request, go with the email ID only as we are assigned LMS access with the email. Don't go for mobile number and the password. So professors, which password? Just recently in the first step, you set the password, that password you need to enter here. After successfully providing the credentials, click on login. Going forward in future, if you feel that I'm not getting my password, I'm not able to remember, we have options to forget your password. Later on, you can forget the password as well. Few professors already attended few of our FDPs before this. So for them, if they're facing any difficulty, definitely you can go to the forget your password or you are not able to verify your account. This is the option. If you click on forget your password, provide your email, set your new password, that will be work. Okay. So after providing the credentials, click on login. And now I will reshare my screen and I will show you how it's work live. So I need one more confirmation. One, my screen is visible. So all of you here on my home tab, Can I have your confirmation? Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So after providing the credentials, you will land here on this beautiful dashboard. Now first, I will show you the ways of joining the session. So here in today's session tab, you can search for your class, and here it is, National Faculty Development Program on Data Analytics using Power BI. So if you click on that join button, it will take you through the Zoom, but our Zoom capacity is 1000. And if you're facing any technical glitch over the Zoom, we have another option. Scroll it at upper side. About today's session tab, you are able to see one banner here. Okay. So if you click on that banner, it will take you through the YouTube live. Okay, see, if I click 1 minute. So if you click on this banner, it will take you through the YouTube live. So whatever your queries and question, you can post here in the chat box. In the live chat, you are able to post. Okay, see. So as I posted the registration link, it's here. And simultaneously, whatever is happening over the Zoom, whatever your queries and question, you can post it here, will connect you over the Zoom. So going back on home tab, now I will show you how to access the attendance. Okay. If I scroll it down, so in the continue learning, I have a couple of the classroom access, but no need to worry about that. As I'm a member of the XLR, I have classroom access to all the classes. And you can also take a benefit from that. So later on, I will explain that. But as of now, I will show you about the attendance, material, and recording, how to access that. So NFDP on data analytics using Power BI and Tableau. See here. So you will get the classroom like this on your home tab. So you can click on this classroom. Once you click on this classroom, there are two tabs, curriculum and meet. And again, in the curriculum, there are three sub-tabs. So click on feedback response, submit your attendance and feedback here. So dear participant, the most important thing, to get the certificate of participation in collaboration with the three of the universities and the XLR, 60% attendance is mandatory. So you have to mark your attendance on a daily basis. So simultaneously, you will get the attendance link here, and every day, me or as my team member will keep posting that over the Zoom and YouTube as well. So a few of the professors have a question. As of now, I don't have LMS access, so no need to worry. Sharp at 4:30, our team will post the attendance plus feedback link in the chat box. But most important thing, the attendance and feedback link will be open between 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. That will be active only for 1 hour. You have to fill in between that only. And one more point, I know that most of the faculty participants are here, but in addition to that, few of the students are also there. So dear students, if you are here to gain the knowledge, definitely you can attend the sessions. But coming to the certifications, this program is only open for faculties. Thank you. So going back now, below the feedback response, we have session recording tab. So click on day 1. So as of now, what is live is going on now, it will reflect here. But after completion of today's session, day 1 recording will be here. So day 1, day 2, all the recordings will be there. And whatever the practice files we are going to use, whatever the practice file trainer are going to show in the session, definitely will upload that all the material here. So that's all about the LMS, how to access the LMS, how to check on the recordings. And as I mentioned, I have a couple of classroom access with me. So you can also reveal that by visiting the store. So you can go in the store and you can enroll, but these are recordings. You can go through, you can just upskill yourself, but for recordings, we're not providing the certificates. Now, I know that few of the participants or professors have one more concern. So I already attended few of the FDPs and SDPs via XLR, but I'm not able to see this FDP on my home tab. So no need to worry. Come here and search for that FDP, like National Faculty Development Program on Data Analysis Power. Yes, here. So click on enroll now. And one more time, click on enroll now and proceed.
Amar, can you also give this link to them? Because faculties are asking the link of
Oh,
this
yeah, sure. I will
LMS.
finish that as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. So here, one more option as a proceed. So once you click on proceed, it will give one notification as congrats, your order has been successfully placed. So come back on home tab, refresh it once, that classroom and all the things like today's session or the today's session, the session schedule recordings will with you. So now I'm done with my KT. So if you have any query or question, you can ask me. And definitely I am going to be there for 2 more hours. You can keep posting me your queries and question. I will resolve you. So as definitely you're waiting for our subject matter expert talks.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Amar.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, dear faculties, I have one announcement for you. So, from today, actually, we are starting our, we are launching our next module, that is soft skill module under our Skill Up for final years. This will be a curtain raiser program at 6:30 p.m. today. So please attend this curtain raiser program and ask your student to join this session. This is the second last soft skill program, second last module under our Skill Up for final year engineering students. So Saloni, I would like to request you, please post our today's curtain raiser launch YouTube live link in the chat box so that our faculties can share with their colleagues and students. Yeah, after that, I would also like to thank Dr. Archana Mota ma'am. She took a lot of efforts from Karnataka region. She is from, Atria Institute of Technology. I'm very much thankful to her for her wonderful efforts for getting registrations from Karnataka. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. Now I would like to request Mr. Tata, please proceed with your session.
Thank you, Irfan, and thank you, Amar, for the kind introduction. And I hope I'm audible and visible to everyone. Just wanted to confirm. You can just mention in chats or give a thumbs up. Okay, I guess I'm audible and visible. My name is Tata Subramanian. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My name is Tata Subramanian, and I'm excited to be the faculty trainer for this week. And this is a very interesting, time to be in, where we are all talking about data science and data analytics. So without further ado, I would be starting this sessions with you. And by the end of this probably sessions, I'm pretty much sure that you will be your own analytics expert, and you will be sharing your own dashboards and reports, which I will be eagerly to see. So with that, we will start the official way of starting the training. And before I start the training, I'm just going to share the agenda for this entire week, what we are going to learn. And basically, and then we can then proceed with it. I think someone has one query. It's Dr. Myada Vamsidhar, I guess. Someone raised the hands. I'm not sure. Should we address the query, Irfan, or we just go ahead? Irfan or Amar?
Yeah, Subramanian, yeah, you can address the query, no problem.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Can you please tell your query? I think someone has raised their hands. Okay. Yeah, Dili, please. Please say your query.
Maybe mistakenly there is that, so you can proceed.
Okay. Fine. All right. So this is the agenda that we are going to basically have. So today we will be covering the Power BI, basically the installation of Power BI and the basic navigation. And also we will explore the different types of charts that we can create. The day 2 will be more about cleaning of the data, and also how to create some good reports with the navigations. We'll probably do both of this in day 1 and day 2, and also formatting, which means that how you can make the charts good. And the third one, on the third day, we will discuss about the advanced features of Power BI, where I will introduce you to basically the DAX, which is short form for data analysis expressions. And we will be able to create some reports based on that. So don't worry, these are all very, it might look very complicated at this moment, but these are very simple once you get to know about what all these things are. Then on the remaining 2 days, we will cover the tool Tableau, and we will then conclude these sessions. All right. So basically, what we will do is we will first cover why Power BI and what is its role in the world of data analytics. So we already know the role of data analytics that is very important in this current current situation. We deal with data so many ways, right? We have the social media, we have basically uh, our own, you are all part of educational institutions. You get so much data related to the students, and many industries, they process data on a daily basis. So data has become a very integral part. Now, having a huge amount of data is one thing, but what to do with that data is another thing. And that is where the role of data analytics comes. So in order to remove all that noise, how can you get the meaningful insights is what data analytics ultimately is about. So for that, Power BI is one such tool and Tableau is one such tool which facilitates your data analysis process. It helps you to analyze the data, build charts, and create reports very easily. And that is where Power BI plays a role as well as Tableau. Now, why Power BI again? As you can see, Power BI helps to connect through different data sources. Now, when I say data source, I mean it can be as simple as your Excel spreadsheet that you create, or it can be as complicated as a database that you build. Sure. Sure. We can share this PDF. Don't worry. These are all available. It is available in your LMS portal as well. Now, this PPTs, I will just share it for the few moments, and then we will all do with the hands-on exercise. So it supports multiple connectors. So when I say multiple connectors, as I said now, it is through Excel. It can be a database, which is a SQL database, or it can be an online connector as well. So it supports n number of connections that you can connect your data to. So that is one advantage. And the second advantage is it can handle large amounts of data pretty easily. So in Excel, what happens is when your data is very huge, your Excel file tends to get very slow because you can create these charts in Excel as well. But Excel has these limitations. Excel is a fantastic tool for doing some basic analysis, but when you want to create some good reports, these tools are often preferred. And these are some of the things which are there. And the best part about Power BI is Power BI desktop is absolutely free. When you want to share reports with a lot of people, others, then you require a paid version for Power BI. But otherwise, you can simply download the Microsoft Power BI as a free version and save it in your local computer. So it's as simple as that. Again, it's a live 360-degree view of the business, fast and easy access of the data, insights from any device. So this Power BI is there as an app as well in your mobile. So we use mobile so many in ways. It has been an integral part of our life now. And whether it is fortunate or unfortunate, we are very much dependent on our mobile phones. So anything that you create on Power BI that is on the desktop, you can access it through Power BI app as well. So it's just simply search in Google Store Power BI app and you'll be able to download it. So you can access that as well. And anyone to visualize and analyze the data. So the major advantage of Power BI is, or any data visualization tool is that your organization or your institution becomes a data-driven institution. So I remember that when I created a dashboard for my previous organization, immediately there was so much chatter about data because they could see the data live in front of them. And they started asking the questions, the stakeholders, as to why this metric is low, why this metric is high, because business was going fine. But nobody was aware of how much business we are doing. It was all there scattered around in Excel sheets or with the reports which are created in Excel sheets. There was no one common platform where all people can see at the same time. And that's where tools like Tableau and Power BI help them. So when I created this dashboard, our organization suddenly became data driven. So every question was asked based on the data. Where is the data for that? Why this data is not correct? Why this data is not updated? So these kind of questions only comes into picture when you have something like a dashboard where you can see where we stand. I'm sure in your academic institutions as well, there are so much data which will be there at different places. The data from the placements, the data from the admissions, the data from other faculties. So with that keeping in mind, you can combine all this data together in one reporting tool, which is easily accessible to the required people. So that is the biggest advantage of having a common reporting tool like a Power BI or a Tableau. So I hope that we all now understand why this is so important as to what's the hype is about and why these tools are so popular. It is because of their nature of robustness. Again, I'm just going through some theory for now. Just bear with me. We will soon launch the practical as well. It is just telling stories through charts and visualizations, right? So we are all used to storytelling. I remember my own grandfather and grandmother used to tell stories and I would listen intently. So storytelling has been a part of any narration. So if I just show you charts and everything, you might not be so much convinced. But if you give a context behind it, as to what has happened behind it, it gives you more credibility. So the dashboard itself does not tell you a story, but it can help you in storytelling. So as all faculties, if you explain your report with a story, that has a much more impact on the students as well as on the other people. If you just tell a small story or a context behind it, that gives a much more credibility to the report, because ultimately those charts are numbers. But what is the meaning behind those numbers? What was the story behind those numbers is what we learn through. So that is the story aspect of these parts. I'm just commonly, referring to these things. And this is the part of how to use Power BI, which we will go in depth as to how to do this. All right. So now we will install this Power BI desktop. And basically there is a link which is there. I'm going to put this link on to the chat box as well. There are two ways to download this desktop. One is you go to this link and click on download free button. The next option is you directly go to Microsoft Store in your, basically in your PC, and search for Power BI desktop. There are two ways. Either way, you can do that. Feedback link, Amar will be sharing it probably in between the sessions. So probably you will get in the chats. Don't worry about that. All right. So let me just share you the link. You can just download the link in parallel. It's okay if you are not able to install it today on the session while the session is going on, but you can always, download it later. So I have shared the link, and I'm also going to show you where does this link goes. So I've just copy pasted the link. And once you click on this download free option, it will redirect to the Microsoft Store. So for me, it opens my Microsoft Store and it will install. So there will be an install option that will come to you. So here for me, I have already installed the application, so it is coming open. For you, it will come as install option here. So once you download it, then install the application, it will automatically get installed. And once you click on open, the Power BI will get open. So don't worry if you're not able to, complete that installation, but just take that link and have that on download. It will be about 600 to 700 MB. Coming to the next part is basic requirements for, let's see if we have that part as well. Yes. So basically, these are the requirements. I hope that your laptops support the greater version, that is the Windows beyond Windows 7. So it should be either Windows 10 or Windows 8.1 or next edition. At least 2 GB of RAM, but I would recommend having at least 4 GB, 4 GB and more than 4 GB, because this application is very resource intensive and it will occupy a lot. It will take a lot of time if your RAM is very less. It will get very slow and all your visualizations will also go very slow. So I would recommend at least 4 GB or more. And display size, I mean, it is fine. 15 inches or less than 15 inches is also fine. But as you can see, some smaller versions will not have the controls because it requires an entire screen. But still, that is fine. But main important thing is your RAM should be good and processor should be good. And preferably have the Windows laptop, because Mac laptop does not unfortunately supports Power BI. Tableau has both Mac and Windows support, but we don't have the Power BI supports only the Windows laptops. All right, so I have shared the link for this, and these are these technical specifications. You don't need to remember this. Just understand that these are the things that is required for your smoother installations. All right, so I hope that we have covered the installation part, and now I will go on to the actual Power BI report. So this is how your Power BI layout will look like. So once you have installed it, the first time when you open, you get this report view over here, which is right at the top. And on below, you will see all the files which you have created. For you, it might not show any files, but as you create the files, it will show under recent. Now there is a very important option, which is options and settings. So I want you to take a closer look at it when you open it for the first time, because these are the settings which enables you to have a smoother installation and all the required settings which will be useful when you do the visualization. So I have this options and settings, and I go to options. And that will open basically my Power BI all the options which is there. So you can see there is a global settings and there is a current file settings. So global settings means it will apply to all the files. Whenever you open, all the settings will apply. Current file will only apply to the file which is currently opened, which is right now this untitled file. Right now, we will use the global settings, and just make sure that whenever you are clicking on each of these items, for example, on data load, your time intelligence is on for the first option. And you have another option which is called as the security. Under security, please take on map and field map visuals. So I repeat again, for data load, time intelligence, and for security, the maps and field map visuals. So this is basically to enable the map visuals. It's okay if you don't do it right now, but when you create a map, you will definitely require this. So under security, we will be doing this. The third important setting is under report settings. Yeah, sure. I will repeat that part again. So the third part is the repeat. I will repeat again all the settings. Don't worry. So under report settings, you have all these options which you need to take under visual options. Then under accessibility, take this option, and page alignment. This is by default should be at the top of the wallpaper. This you have it. And under format pane and pane switcher, take all these options. So this is with respect to the report. So for all the settings, this settings is very important because it will affect the way you are going to see my screen and the way you are going to see your Power BI desktop screen. So I repeat again, the data load, just make sure that time intelligence is on. Then you have security. Under security, maps and field map visuals, keep that on. And under report settings, make sure that all these options are ticked. And once you take that, click on OK and close the Power BI desktop and restart it again for the changes to get applied. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. It will take time to download, which is fine because it's a big file. So depending on your internet bandwidth, it will take time to download, but that's okay. So today, I will not go very resource intensive about it. I will just cover the basic aspects and I will give you time to also practice through it. So for all of you, just remember that these are the settings which are important and make sure that the settings, you have all this tick. Next we have is preview features. So plenty of options are absent for the report settings. Okay. So that can happen depending on the version that you're using. So if it's a latest version, they might have updated it certain things, but if you take all those options, it will definitely come. So let me just show other options as well. That's okay. So you have this Power BI ka preview features. So in preview features, I would say take all the options. There is no harm in, if you miss that, then it's a problem. Take all the options and then you can use it. Sure. Let me repeat it again. No worries. So you have basically preview features are something where you can see any new new features which Power BI wants to display, and you can that feature is basically available to you. So all the latest features are available. So I'll repeat again. Basically, if I open this Power BI desktop, you will get this option as new report, this one. Instead of going there, you can go to options and settings and you go to options. And once you go to the options, you get to have a new tab for all the settings. Okay. Now, this report settings is under current file. Okay. I'm telling you for the global file. So report settings under global file, make sure that all these options are ticked. And under data load, you take this time intelligence, and basically under security, take this maps and field map visuals. Okay. And for under current file report settings, just check that if your basically not the filtering experience, if you have modern visual tooltips, if this is enabled, and this default summarizations, just these ticks, if they're enabled, you will have a easy game. Modern visual tooltips and other things. All right. Okay, so these are the settings which I have covered. And even if you don't get that settings, it's okay. Time and again, we will go through how to navigate through different ways and we will be able to understand it in a better way. Okay. The last but the important thing is you have to restart Power BI. So just close that Power BI and open it again. All these settings will get applied. So not at all a problem. Okay, so now we are at the layout of Power BI, and you can see that even if you have operated your Excel file, the layout is very similar. If you see, it has a home tab, it has an insert tab, it has a view tab. So the layout is very similar to how you open in an Excel file. So if an Excel file also, I have home, insert, page layout, and other things. So the model is very similar to how an Excel file is present. Sure. I will post the data sets onto the chat as well, and we can cover that way. Sure. So basically, this is where your data gets connected. So you can see add data to your report. And these are the options that you get. So for our simplicity for these sessions, we will use Excel But remember that it covers extensively different types of data sets as well. So we will cover probably a SQL server, how to connect it in probably in the third day. For now, we will use the Excel because Excel is the most commonly used data source available, and a lot of data gets analyzed through Excel. So that is why we'll use Excel for our course, and we will analyze the data. Don't need to remember how the layout is present. Once you practice this charts and make visualizations, this layout will become familiar to you. So learning by doing is the best way to learn a BI tool or business intelligence that we call it. And you will be all sorted for it. All right. Now, what we will do is I'm going to show you a sample data set that we are going to use for the rest of our sessions. So we are basically going to use probably 2 or 3 different types of data sets. One such data set is going to be for Global Superstore. So Global Superstore is a data file. It's a common data file. You can find it across everywhere. It's a fictitious data source for a superstore. To be said in simple terms, let's say you go to a Kirana shop or any outlet, you purchase an item, and the item details get stored in the system of the superstore. So what all details get stored? So basically the order ID, basically it is nothing but the order that you have made. So order ID gets stored. And basically your customer name, your name, and your ID that they associate with it. And the other items, which is the product ID, the product details, and other things as well. So all the required metrics related to the product. So how much the product got cost, how many items of the product you have bought, did you got any discount on the product, what is the profit the superstore has made on that product, and what was the shipping cost if the product was sent to somewhere else. So these are the details which are captured here, and this is what the details is about. Yes, sure, definitely. I will share this data set right onto the chat, and this is the best way to start your practice because you will get your hands dirty on this data set. And once you are able to understand, you can do for different data sets. You can create visualizations for different data sets. So yeah, I'm just sharing you this data set as well. And just a quick question across all the people. So I hope all of you are comfortable in using an Excel sheet, right? So just mention in chats. Just very good. That's good to know. So you all know how to operate an Excel. You might have used some formulas like VLOOKUP or an index match function. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Great to know. So some of the common functions that we use, right? And at some point in time, you must have definitely created a pivot table to analyze some data. So now you will see using Power BI, how you can have some different types of visualizations that you might not have possibly conceived using Excel because of its limitations. So we can create so many variations of these charts that it becomes very much easier for you to just operate it. So when I look at this data, let me open the data again. I hope you are able to download the Excel file, I guess. Okay. Yeah, great, fantastic. Now you see, when you see this file, okay, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? So any patterns that you can see just by looking at the sheet. Well, those who have downloaded, just look at the sheet. What is the pattern that you can get? Just by looking at the sheet, by looking at all these rows and columns, can anyone tell me, just type in the chats what you feel about it. What is the pattern that you feel just by first glance about what you think about it? When I say pattern, something, it can be anything. Region-wise category of data, very good. That's an excellent observation. Thank you, Sandeep. Product-wise number of orders, customer organized. customer orders across different regions. Yes, very good. Very interesting observations. Organized. I think Lenovo had mentioned it. I'm sure the user is Lenovo or the name is Lenovo. I'm not sure. But thank you so much. One of the important things that you get to see in a data set is, let me see what are the data sets. Shipping mode, country-wise data, order priority, detail analysis. It's a yeah. So Power BI will take time, ma'am. It will take a little bit of time. Don't worry. Data mining. Okay. Time from shipping to delivery. Yes. Detail analysis of the data. Interesting points, actually. I like the way different people observe the data from different views and they have their own opinions. This is the beauty of basically multiple eyes looking at the same set of data. And this is the power when you make a visualization, how multiple insights can get by looking at the data. Remember that data is just a piece. It's what you get from the data is more important. And that is the importance essence of analytics. Very good. I mean, order-wise data, people have talked about so many things. It is grouped by different ways. It is grouped by ship mode. It is grouped by city. It grouped by state. It is grouped by country. It is structured. And one has also commented about the postal codes being empty. So there are so many aspects that are present in this data. Now, my next question is, if I am asking you to find out what is the sum of sales for consumer segment, how will you find that? If I just ask you to find out the sum of sales for consumer segment or for the different segments, there is a segment-wise column over here, right? So for each segment, what is going to be my sales? You might just create a pivot table for it, right? The basic answer is going to be plus international product. You can simply sum pivot for segment and sales. We need to add pivot table. Yes, yes, yes. It's a raw format data, total number of cell region wise, some formula, group by. Now, you see, there are different ways to do that. Correct. Now, you can do all this by simply creating a chart. Just by simply creating a chart in Power BI, you can easily find out. Pivot tables, yes. But how many pivot tables you need to create? One pivot table for consumer-wise sales. I have to create another pivot table if I want to find country-wise sales. I have to create another pivot table if I want to say region-wise sales. So every time I have to dig deeper and deeper, either I have to use the formulas or I have to create some pivot table out of that. So it's a manual process at the end of the day. And these are some of the things that I'm saying right off the bat, right? There could be more and more patterns that you can find. But this is just definitely not very intuitive to just look at these numbers and do that. So what are we going to do about it? Univariate analysis. Okay. We can do so many things as well. All the statistical analysis that we can do. We can do a what if analysis also. So yes, there are many things that we can do over here. Data cleaning. Yes. Data cleaning we will cover in our subsequent sections. Data cleaning will mostly come when you have this postal codes and other data coming. So for our convenience, I have used a very structured data because I don't want you to challenge through an unstructured data right in the beginning. We will go through a structured data, we'll make a visualization, and then we'll go to probably a little bit unstructured data and then do the data cleaning process. All right. So let's try to understand what is the life cycle or what is the process which happens in a data analytics process. So in any data analytics, you have this term which is called as ETL. So has anyone heard of this term which is called as ETL? ETL. It's a very common term which we use in data analytics. Probably it is used in the world of data processing as well. Data warehousing, extensively used. So ETL is a very common process. Yes. So ETL is extract transform. Thank you so much, Madhumita. Thank you so much, Sweta. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a very informed crowd actually. So it's very good to see. So extract, transform, and load. So what we have done just now is, this is the part of, you can probably safely to say it's an extraction part of the data because the data is already captured. So what usually happens is, let's say you purchase a product at some place, which is at a supermarket or at some other place. The point of sales where you enter your card, you swipe your card, or the salesperson or the customer representative writes the capture. That is the point of sales ka capture. The data point is captured. So from there, you're extracting the data. So that data extraction can be at an Excel file, or that can be at a database. So that part is extraction. Now in extraction, you can have, yes, extract, transform, load. Extraction mein you can have a web scraping. Web scraping means getting the data from the website. When the data is there in website and you want to have them in a structured format, one of the ways of extraction. Another ways of extraction is you build a database. Or another way of extraction is just like now, right now I build a database in Excel sheet. So all these things comes under extract part. In your institutions, whatever data the student applies during the application form, whatever data companies apply for the placement process, or whatever students apply for when they want to apply for placements, staff members have their payroll data that gets stored. So all of this data is what we call it as the extract part, where all the data is extracted and stored in somewhere. As data analyst, you will get all this access through your IT team or the database team, or in fact, you can create your own database. So extract part is that only, all getting the data from different sources and putting it onto somewhere. So it can be a database or it can be Excel sheet. So that is extract part. The next part comes is the transformation. Many of you have mentioned cleaning, right? So transformation comes under cleaning of the data. So why I require the cleaning of the data is, yes, manipulating the data also you can say definitely, but more importantly, transforming the data is basically using the data for which is suitable for analysis. That is more like a transformation where you can use it for analysis. So data wrangling, data cleaning, all comes under transformation. Let me give you an example of what do I mean by transformation. So for example, I have this postal code. Now, some of you have observed that many of these values are empty right now. So there are two possibilities. One is that the postal code is not available for that particular city. And another possibility is that the data actually don't exist and we cannot fill it. Or another possibility is there is a data error. So the data is not captured properly. So what we can do about that? So either we can replace it with a suitable value, or if we don't have the value, we ask the data owner to have it. Now this is just one example. Another example could be, now I have this sales over here, which is 98.4. This is a number value. The moment I write a text over here, it completely changes the nature of this data type. Okay, so this is a mix of a number and a string. I want 98.4. T is a unwanted variable, and this happens. Sometimes some data has been put and there is a mix of both the things. We will also see one example of how to tackle with those kind of things. But if you have this kind of a mismatch in the data type, then also cleaning is required because sales is a numeric variable. Sales cannot be string. So data type identification is very important. Yes, very important. Drop columns, very important. Imputation, filling missing values. So first option is filling the missing values. Second is identifying the data types. So this order date should be a date data type. This ship date should be a date data type. Order ID can be a string because it's a combination of string and numbers. Similarly, your customer name, segment, all will be strings because they are in text format. Whereas your sales quantity, discount, and profit, they are all numeric data. They cannot have text. If they have text, we have to clean the data. Okay. All right. Understood with respect to data types and how data transformation is so important. Having the right data types and cleaning the data as per our needs. One other person also mentioned about dropping the columns. I think Sandeep had mentioned that is also a very valid point. Dropping the columns, why that is required? Why dropping the columns can be a part of data transformation? What could be the advantage? Just mention in the chats, whatever you think. Dropping the columns, what it can be. Removing noise, removing outliers for optimal prediction. So that is not only remove the columns, it can be rows as well. Yes. We can drop it. Okay. So basically, so whatever you do as an analysis, you need to understand whether all the data that you have, is it required for analysis? So as someone had said that removing the noise. Do I really require, let's say, a data like anything? It just can be a question for you. So do I require order priority? If yes, why? Do I require product name? If yes, why? Do I really require postal code if I have country, state, and city? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself when you are analyzing the data. Now, when you are dropping any column, remember that it is generally not advised to touch the source data. So from the source data, if this is the source data, you generally don't remove a column from the source data. You remove the column in the subsequent stages of transformation, which we will see through Power Query and other tools. It is generally not recommended because source is generally sacrosanct. So either the database owner will take care of that, or you modify it in a tool, either in Power Query or in Power BI. But generally, it is not recommended. So that is where the data transformation comes. So deleting, removing columns from the source, generally not recommended. You can do all the transformations outside the source data. So once you load the source data into it, then we can do the transformations. Definitely, it is very important, and we can eliminate all these rows while we are doing the analysis. Okay, all right. So we have talked in length about all the data that is present over here, and it has all the different columns that we have, all the different data types that we have. So enough about this. Now let me connect this data directly to Power BI, and then we will proceed with further analysis. So I'm closing this file right now. I don't require this file. I'm going to Power BI over here. So import data from Excel. This is the option that I'm going to select. There are multiple ways to select this. You can select this option. You can go at the top. You can select the Excel workbook. There are multiple ways to do that. You can use get data to select that. Very good. Thank you so much. So I am selecting this import data from Excel. So one of the popular methods of loading the data into Power BI is through import. You see this option a lot of times, import. So import means basically you are loading the file into the Power BI ecosystem, and the file becomes a part of Power BI. So that is import, which means that if I load this Excel file into Power BI, whatever changes I make here, it will not affect the Excel file over there. And if I make any changes over there in the Excel file, it will not get affected unless until I connect both of them. So that is the important part in import method. So मैं कुछ भी changes Excel file में करूँगा, once I import that, it will not affect the Power BI file. And the same way or the other way around as well. यहाँ पे कुछ changes करूँगा, Excel file will not get affected. In Power BI, we'll come to all details import methods में क्या होता है, but for the sake of simplicity, understand that import method is the most commonly used method for loading the data into the system. अभी के लिए let's keep it that way. So I click on import method, and I have this global superstore, and I'm selecting this data. So it will ask me to load the connections. And this is an important option that you get, which is called as the navigator. This is nothing but a data preview. So remember that this global superstore has multiple sheets, and it can contain multiple sheets or multiple tables. So all those sheets and tables will be displayed over here. Now I want you to click on employees, orders, and returns. I'm going to select only these three tables. This table I'm going to ignore for now. And then this preview will get evaluated, which is perfectly fine. And there are two options. I can go for it. So either I can select on load or I can select on transform data. Any one option. So transform data will take me to a different editor, which is called as Power Query. Load will directly load the data into the Power BI system. For now, let's load this data directly. So I'm going to click on load, and suddenly now Power BI will load this data into the system. So just give a brief moment, which is why I was recommending you that since it's a big file, it's about a 7 MB file, it will take time based on your speed of your computer or the RAM which is present. Yes, definitely we can transform the data. Yes, Naveen, definitely. We can do all the transformation. Now this is the again, the usefulness of Power BI. You can do the transformation and loading part, both in Power BI. I have not come to the loading part yet. I will come to that. So essentially what we have just now done is loading the data into the visualization after transformation. So we have not done much of the transformation. We directly loaded the data. And this is where the load part comes. So loading the data means loading the data into the visualization tool. So from Excel file, the data is now fed to Power BI. So now can you tell me, just looking at this is the model view. I've gone to the model view. And what observations that you can find it out from the three tables, employees, orders, and returns? Just quick observations about what all can you find out of this. So relationships, yes. So what relationships can you possibly find between orders and employees? Is there a relationship I can find? Number of columns in each table, no column names for few tables. Yes, that's a very good point. No in each table, yes. Yes, sure. I will repeat that again. No worries. That's a good point. If you can see under returns, column 1 and column 2, under employees, column 1 and column 2 are there. We'll address that part. One employee handles many orders. Very good. Yes, one employee can handle many orders. And basically, this is your orders table where all the customer orders are there. Returns table are the ones where the orders are returned back due to some reason. This is a table where, let's say, ABC are the salespersons and how much, say of which regions they are handling. So you have a region like a Western region, one salesperson is handling, and Southern region, another salesperson is handling. So that is an employee's data. Okay. Data format symbol indicated before the column names. Yes, that's also a very good observation. If you see over here, I can see the data format, which is, this is date, and there is this aggregate option, or you can call it as the summation option, which is there. So why summation? Because that's a numeric data. So numeric data can be aggregated, and that is where the summation options are here. So it's a very good observation. And rest of the all data cannot be summarized, and that is why this summation option is not there. All right. These are some of the observations that you have done. I will repeat that step again. So basically, if you are in the report view, you will get here the Excel data connection. If you are not getting this option, because right now it will not come for me, you can simply click on Excel workbook over here and click on Global Superstore. And once you click on Global Superstore, you will get a preview option. And once you get a preview option, you will get these three options right now. I'm just repeating the step again for the benefit of others. And you can click on these three tables, which is employees, orders, and returns. And then click on load. That's it. So right now I'm canceling it. Okay. Your Power BI report, we will call it now on from the report view of Power BI. So Power BI file, this is an entire Power BI file. It contains three views. One is the report view, the other one is the table view, and the last one is the model view. So someone had said relationships. Model view summary, please. Yeah, sure. I can repeat again. Sure. So it has three views which are present over here. Okay. And somebody had said about relationships. So relationships between the tables can be formed in the model view. So in the model view, how the tables will be related to each other will be established. Right now, there is no relationship between employees and orders and returns right now, because I can see only column 1 and column 2. While actually, if you go in the Excel file, it has some column names which are present over there. So we will address that query, but this is where your modeling of the data is done. What do you mean by data modeling? Can anyone tell me data modeling? We'll cover data modeling in depth, but just wanted to understand what do you mean by data modeling? Again, data modeling is a very, it's a vast topic actually, but just for the brief understanding, relational, yes. Structure like relational, building relationships. So yes, that's a good word that you have used, key values. So let's say I have these two tables over here, right? I have with me the Global Superstore. Under Global Superstore, I have basically three tables. One is the orders, the second one is returns, and third one is employees. Can you tell me what is the common column between employees and orders? Between the employees and the orders table, if you see, what is the common column between the two? Blueprint for designing a new database or re-engineering a legacy application. Thank you so much. That's an accurate technical definition for the data modeling. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So region is the common column. Excellent. So why do we require a common column? That is the basis of forming a relationship, right? You see, I could have had this name and region onto the orders table as well. I could have copy pasted this name and region because I know for John, central is there. And I could have had this column here as well. Under central, I could have added a new column called John, and all the John values would come here. So the question is, why do I require a separate table when I could have written down all the names of the employees into one table? That is where we come to the use of data modeling. So region is the common column. Excellent. So region is the one which connects both the things. So my next question is, why do we require that? Why do I require a separate employees table when I could have had it in the orders table itself? Just whatever you think, because that is the basis of your data modeling in the first place. Data normalization and data model. Again, these are all database concepts, but yes, normalization of data. Yes, that's correct. Simplicity, dynamic arrangement, reducing data redundancy. That's a correct point, actually. I was looking at that. Yes, you can get from other sources as well. So two possible reasons. One is that the source of the data, which is rightly mentioned, there are two sources from which it is coming. So your hiring, that is the admissions ka data is coming from one source, and your placement ka data coming from other source. So naturally, you will have it at different places, and it will be a very time-consuming process if you want to combine them into one table. So that is one aspect. That's a very good aspect. The second one aspect is the data redundancy. So what do you mean by data redundancy? Means I have John. Okay. John belongs to central region. Now, John will be mapped to every value of central region. So which means that I have to write John into every table or every cell of this table. Why do I require so many values of John over there when I can simply have this one value present over here? John belongs to central. That's it. What is the advantage what is the disadvantage if I have it over here? The disadvantage is it occupies more bytes of space. Since it's a text, 4 characters, it will occupy more and more space when the values are repeated. When more space is occupied, your database size increases. When your database size increases, which means your processing has to be fast. So it is putting a load onto the data. So when it puts a load onto your data, whichever tool that you connect, it puts a load onto the system as well. So let's say from 7 MB, this file increases to all of a sudden 10 MB. It puts a load onto Power BI. When it puts a load onto Power BI, it puts a performance issue onto your visualization. So long story short, in order to improve the performance, in order to reduce the repetition of data, in order to improve the size, reduce the size of database, we use one of these techniques. Again, there are a lot more to it, but there are a lot more principles to it for data normalization. But basically, this is the fundamental thing for a data normalization and for data modeling and for forming the relationships. Repeating of same data, time consuming, duplicate data. Yes, that is correct. In fact, we will do in subsequent classes how to separate these other forms of repeating data as well, but not in this class. Okay, so now that we have understood, we have to establish a relationship. So now we'll go back to our file, which is the Power BI file. So here, I want you to click on transform data. So transform data is present at this juncture. So if you click on home, under home, you will click on transform data. So if you click on this, a new editor gets opened. All right. So I hope all your queries have been opened. I'll just give you a few moments if it is not yet open. Even if you are still in the download stage, if you have not installed, don't worry at all. Download it and then you can load the data and just practice it around. It's okay. So you have this 3 tables which have been loaded from the Power BI, and this is present in the Power Query. So Power Query is part of Excel, and Power BI has incorporated Power Query into this. So this is the transformation part. Okay, that part was loading where I directly loaded into the Power BI system. This is the transformation step under ETL. So I will go to, let's say, employees. So I'm on the employees actually, and you can see why column 1 and column 2 was showing. Because my name and region is at the first row. Instead of this name and region should have been there in place of column 1 and column 2. And that is why it was causing problem there. Okay. And that is where I have this column 1 and column 2. So how do I resolve this problem? Your recordings will be, Amar can help you in that actually. In your LMS portal, you will be able to access this. And yes, of course, Durga has rightly said. Thank you, Durga. Basically, using first row as headers, you will be able to transform this data. So if I click on use first row as headers, this data has been transformed. Let me give a brief introduction about Power Query as well, now that we have touched this topic. You see, Power Query is a very interesting tool. Why it is so interesting? Because many of your data transformation can be done automatically through Power Query. So for example, I could have done this in Excel also without opening Power Query. I could have copy pasted the name and region. But you know what is the potential problem could be? The potential problem could be that if my data, somebody is sending me the data again, and they are sending the data in the previous format, like this, then again I have to manually change this. Suppose he sends me another file and he adds 3-4 data below. Again, I will get this data and again I have to copy. So instead of doing all these activities manually, I will simply load this data into Power Query and I will perform this step. So these steps are automatically performed and this next step is performed by Power Query. So every time a new data source, a new data gets added here onto the source, Power Query will automatically perform these steps and it will clean the data, provided you have the same columns. But these are the steps that it will do. So common columns are the regions, basically, and the orders. So for order table and the employees table, region is the common column. And that is where it is used to establish a relationship between the two. So for that, first of all, I transform the data. And why I use the relationship? Because of the data redundancy and data normalizations. So I don't want my data to get repeated. And you will get the promoted headers. Once you click on this use first row as headers, if you click on this, you will automatically get this promoted headers. So you have to first click on this use first row as headers, and then you will be able to get it. Then similarly, the same step you have to apply for returns. Same step. So click on use first row as headers, which is under home option. And if I click on this, it has formed 2 steps. So on your right side under applied steps, Power Query records each activity that you have done onto this file. So every activity मैं कुछ भी करूँगा ना इधर, if I filter a data here, I will get the data. Yeah, Sridevi, please. What is the query? Okay, so this is where this will come up. Now, another interesting feature of Power Query is basically you have this. Sridevi, if you have a doubt, you can just mention in the chats. I will just take it up from there. So there is this value distribution which comes over here. Okay. This this setting is enabled through column profile. So if you go to view and there is this column profile, and if you tick this column profile, you will get this. Column profile is a very useful tool for data transformation. It tells me how many values are there, how many errors, if there is any, and how many empty values, how many distinct values are there. So when you select a column, you will automatically get details regarding that. So somebody talked about null values, right, on a postal code. So if I go to my postal code and you can see null over here, if I select this column, so you can basically see it has 1,000 probably empty values. It's not able to compute it, I think, because of the okay. So I think there are lots of values over here. The first 1,000 values must be null. So probably it is not able to do that. But similarly, you can see all these things which are present over here and you will be able to get that. All right. So it basically shows for first 1,000 rows which are present. Unfortunately, the 1,000 rows are empty, so it is not able to take the fact. So this is your Power Query editor. Okay, thank you, Amar. Thank you so much. So for now, this is the basic transformation that we'll do, data transformation. I'm not going into a lot of details over here. The most important thing that you have to do after applying any changes over here is clicking on this close and apply. Because if you don't apply, the changes will not get applied to Power BI system. So home page aake, click on this close and apply, and you will be able to get the changes which is there. So that is an important step. Please remember that. And again, it will perform the load options. Now something has happened over here. Can anyone tell me what has now happened? So one thing is obviously name and region we have got, order ID and returns we have got, but something else also happened over here. A relationship is detected automatically. Very good. So Power BI automatically detects the relationship, and the relationship is also very good. That is a many to one or a one to many. Both are same. So it's a one to many relationships. Now, what is a one to many relationship here, right? So one to n relationship, yes, correct, correct. So one to many, I think you know it by now. I have unique values of region in employees table, and I have repeated values of region in orders table. So that is why it is one to many. Common column is region. Unique values are present in region. So that is why it is a unique value. And many values are present, and that is why it is a many value. In some ways, it is the primary key versus foreign key, you can say. So it is like that relationship. One employee, many orders. Yes. So one employee, many orders. That is also thing. More importantly, one region has one orders can be there. Multiple orders can be there in a single region. And that is why the region values are repeated, because there are multiple order IDs in a particular region. So in that way, this relationship is established. Another interesting thing. Between orders and returns, there is no relationship established. Now, why is that? There is a common column, order ID, and yet Power BI has not established a relationship between the two. If it has established a relationship between employees and orders, why did not do for orders and returns? Can anyone take a guess? A wild guess can be. For employees and orders, it has identified. But what could be the reason that orders and returns are not connected? I can connect it for sure, but why Power BI has not done that? It's not one to one actually. Let's understand the table first. Why it cannot be one to one? So if I click on this transform data, matching values are not there. All orders are not returned. That is not necessary. Here, all your orders will not be returned actually on a given day. It will be like some orders will be returned due to some issues, either mismatch or data quality, or the product is not good. All orders returning, it's not an ideal scenario actually. I'm telling you, these order IDs are all present in the orders table. So we'll go with that assumption. So all these order IDs are present. So in both the tables, the order IDs. So all the order IDs which are present in orders table are there in returns. Not all the order IDs, but it's not like here the order ID is something which is not present in orders table. That's not the case. Of course, in returns, not all order IDs are there, but orders table contains all the order IDs which are present in the returns table. The problem here is it contains a repeated orders. So here your order IDs are repeating. Unlike region, in employees, I had a unique values of region. But in returns, I have a repeated value of the same order ID. It could be because there are order IDs which can be repeating, and you can obviously check that also by finding out duplicates. But because of that, what Power BI does is it identifies a many to many relationships. What do you mean by many to many relationships? Many to many means my order ID is more than one, the same order ID, unique values in returns table. And in order table also, the order ID is of course repeating. So if I drag this order ID onto returns, it will give me a warning of this yellow thing. It is certainly possible. You can certainly do this, but generally it is not recommended. So the relationship has a cardinality many to many. Why? Because order IDs are not unique in both the tables. You can certainly connect it, But Power BI generally gives you a warning for this because many to many is generally not recommended because of the duplicacy of the data that it can occur. But how can same order ID repeat in returns table? So this hypothetically, we have mentioned that ideally it is not possible, but it can be a duplicate entry, ideally, hypothetically. Order ID is not primary key in this case. Yes, correct. That is correct. Yes. So order ID is not a primary key because it is not unique. And we can make it, of course, unique by cleaning the data. But right now, we don't have the uniqueness. In order table, how order ID can be repeated? That's a very good question. It can certainly be repeated. Because if you see the table, one customer, let's say customer John, for under one order, multiple products can be ordered. So probably in one order ID, it is there in multiple rows and he has multiple row of entry for the same customer. So that is certainly possible. I understand your question, but we are assuming it is possible. So under same order ID, that order ID gets repeated. And we'll see that also, how to calculate that. But that is certainly possible. So with these things in mind, we will quickly make one visualization. Right now for orders and returns, we will ignore this. Let's consider this order table only for now. So I'm going to report view and we will create our first visualization. Yes, that is correct. So table is not normalized and also order table cannot contain, it can contain multiple unique values. So we have not normalized the table, you're right. And we can normalize this when we develop certain schema. So either we can develop a star schema or a snowflake schema, which we will see in advanced features of Power BI. So certainly we can do that, but right now we are not doing that. We will cover only the basic aspects where the data is structured and assuming that, the orders IDs are repeated and everything. So now we are into the report view and let's focus our attention on the orders table. So under orders table, we have all these columns which are present. So the very first thing that I asked in the beginning as well is that what is my segment wise sales? So how do I create that? So for that, I can use a bar chart or a column chart. So I'm selecting this stacked bar chart. So select the stack bar chart. That is the first thing. Whenever you want to create any visualization in Power BI, you have to select from this build a visual. Now, some of you might not be getting this build a visual. If you are not getting this build a visual, I would recommend you to click on this customize pane switcher. And if you're not getting this option as well, then go to view and under pane switcher, click on these three options. So sometimes the pane switcher is not visible and that is why you're not able to see. Even if you're not able to see that, most probably you will be seeing it at the top on this build a visual pane. So you can use the build a visual from here as well. If you're not able to see on this side, most commonly you will be able to see here. If you're not able to see, please enable this and you will be through. Let me see what's the question. So line chart, will come to line chart also. Okay. Now the most appropriate chart for a segment wise sales, it can be a pie chart or it can be a bar chart. I think everyone agrees with this, or it can be a table also. So right now I am putting on a stacked bar chart and simple bar chart, we call it. And the way I'm going to create is I'm going to select the segment. So this is the data part. So click on this data first. If you have not clicked it, by default, it will come like this. So click on data. Under orders, select segment. So that is the first thing. And I want to compare segment wise sales. So I will just take on sales. That's it. So it will automatically create a chart for you, which is of segment-wise sales. And I can now see that consumer segment has the most number of sales and home office has the least number of sales. Just through two simple steps, I inserted the table and I selected the sales in segment. That's it. It's as simple as that. And it looks visually more appealing than a pivot chart where you have to create multiple charts for this. So here I have created a very basic chart. Another thing I can now do is, yeah, thank you. Sure, thank you so much. So basically another chart which I can create. Now, another question which pops into my mind is, I want to see basically the country-wise sales. So can anyone recommend me what type of chart I can use for a country-wise sales? Country-wise sales, I want to see. Which chart I can recommend? So I have these charts, bar and column, I have line and area, I have donut charts, I have maps, I have so many things over here. So which chart I can do? So bar chart again, bar chart, yes, you can do that. Bar chart also, or you can do a column chart, or you can do a table. So generally, if your values, if your categorical values are more than 10, it is generally recommended that you use a table because table can contain that categorical data very easily. Bar chart, pie charts are recommended when your categorical variables, these are called as the categorical variables, which are not more than like 10, 5 or 6 or 7. So in that way, they are more useful and more appropriate. So here, country, if I select, you can see there are a lot of countries over here. So generally, a bar chart is not recommended for this. And I'm going to select sales. So this is simply a country-wise sales. I repeat again, I selected the table. Once I selected the table, just you can take on country and sales and you will be able to get this. So you got the country-wise sales over here, which you got from here. Now, another thing I could do from here is I could click on this sum of sales. And the moment I clicked on this sum of sales, it has arranged them in descending order. So I can easily see my top 5 countries in terms of sales. So just by one click, you not only found the country of sales, by 2 clicks actually, and you also found out which country has the maximum sales and which country has minimum sales. Very easy, right? It's much easier to create the charts here rather than going to Excel and creating a pivot tables. It's a much easier way. Map chart also could have done. Yes, this you could have do. We will cover all this. Top 5 countries. We can do all those things via filters. Okay, so we have covered basically 2 charts. I think we have 6 more minutes. So probably I can just quickly show you how to filter the data. So somebody asked me how to get this top 5 or top 10 data, right? So I have this option which is called as filters. So here I have country, and if I select on this one, I have a basic filtering. I have an advanced filtering. I have this top N. I can click on this top N and I can simply click on top 5. And that's it. So top 5, you have to select based on what value. So I want to base it for sum of sales because it has to arrange based on the sum of sales. Correct? What is your criteria for selecting the top 5? It should be profit, it could be sales, it could be anything. So the moment I click on the filter, I got my top 5 values. There are many other ways to do this, but this is the easiest way to do. So here I got the top 5 values just by editing this filter, and I got the segment wise sales. So it's very good, isn't it? How can we link this chart? So by selecting country, we can segment the, oh yes, that is already being handled out actually in Power BI. If you click on Australia. So this is the Australia ka basically segment wise sales. The interactivity is automatically present. And if I do the other way around as well, let me just deselect this. Yeah. If I select on this consumer, for consumer segment, you can see what all countries have sum of sales. You can do both ways. So this is the interactivity that you can have in Power BI. That's a very good question. Thank you so much. There are other ways also to do this. You can use a slicer and everything, which we will cover in the subsequent 2 days. All right. So I think we conclude the session in about next 4 minutes, I guess. Right now, I think this is fine. We will go into more depth tomorrow when we discuss certain KPI cards, and we will discuss also about creating a beautiful reports. So formatting and everything tomorrow. So please join tomorrow as well, and we will discuss extensively about how to play with this data. Your first task for today is install this Power BI and play with the data. So connect the data and create a visualization. So you can create as many visualizations as you can and just experiment with this. Okay. How can we put the sum of sales in the values? Yes. We will start definitely. Yeah. We'll start tomorrow. Today there was an introductory session, so we had to take the time. So basically, once you select a chart over here, under build a visual, you will get this options over here. So under y-axis, under x-axis, you get the sum of sales. For table, if I select, I just get the columns and you can drag and drop here. I usually prefer by taking this one, but it's your choice. You can do whichever way you want. Storytelling, I will cover tomorrow. Yeah, storytelling probably tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will cover that extensively. Well, probably for a short session, we will cover that part. So get data is simple. So click on get data, click on Excel workbook, and you will be able to connect this. Okay. And once you select on this, select 3 tables, which is employees, returns, and orders. All right. All right. Thank you, Divya. Thank you. So tomorrow, please, we will start with the more charts. We just discussed 2 charts over here. Tomorrow we'll discuss more about different types of charts, the formatting of these charts, and creating some good looking reports. All right, we have 2 more minutes. Any thoughts about how you liked it? Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Yes, please. You can just mention in the chats because there are so many participants here. We cannot enable the audio button. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. What is the question? I didn't get the question. Great session. Thank you. Yeah, we have. Yeah, so online course, we have that in as a part of XLR also. We have an online course where we go into a lot of details about this. I think Amar can explain you about how to enroll the course. So yes, online, and I take online classes as well. So you can access through the XLR portal and you can access this one. Chats and videos also. Does Power BI has live updating with Excel workbook? Yes, it has. It has. Could you brief on today's session about tomorrow and continue? So basically, tomorrow we'll discuss about chart formatting, and today we covered only about connecting the data and transformation of data a little bit. It's like little bit of everything, and we created a few charts. So tomorrow it's all going to be more charts, formatting of the charts, and the creation of reports. And day after tomorrow, we'll discuss DAX. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. You have been very supportive and keep interacting like this, and see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you. I hope, Amar, we can conclude the session.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Thank you
and
so much.
we will start again tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes.
So dear participants, I just shared the attendance and feedback link in the chat box. I'm sharing it once again. So please make sure that You're marking your attendance and share a valuable feedback with us as well. And if you have any query or question regarding to the LMS, regarding to the access, anything, just let me know in the chat box. I will look there for 2-3 minutes. We'll resolve that.
Thank you, Amar. Bye-bye. I'm just
Yeah,
leaving.
sure, yes, bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, so whatever material we use in the today's session, that practice file is already uploaded over the LMS, and the PPT to how to download the link and all these things, definitely it will be there over the LMS by today end of the day. Yes, recording will also available over there. Assessment, there is no any assessment. It's starting. I was not there. I don't know how to connect to the LMS. So Aparna, you can just go through the day one recording via YouTube. You will get the idea. Sir, can you send the recordings? Recordings will be available over the LMS. LMS tell again. Prajakta, you can just go through the day one recording, day one attendance, sir. Yes, I'm sharing that. Thank you for informative session. You're most welcome. Others, are you enjoying the session? All good? Any issue, any difficulty? Okay, great. Sir, I'm not asking about the attendance then. Yes, you're enjoying. Thank you. Data is uploaded over the LMS. Kindly send the recordings. I'm asking about the assessment like quiz. There is no any quiz today. Kindly send the recordings. Yes, recordings will be available over the LMS only and YouTube as well. Any another question? So LMS URL is onlinelearning.xla.com. There is no in assessment, dear participants. So I will share that LMS URL with you. Yes, Pankuja, I will share with you. Okay, so if there is no any query or question, thank you so much, dear participants. We'll see you on tomorrow at same time, sharp at 3 o'clock. We'll share a reminder message over the WhatsApp group. You can join the session using same link, or else you can join via LMS, or else you can join via YouTube. So thank you so much for attending today's session.